What's up, guys? My name is Jamal Socorro.
My name is Jerron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for Laifu. If you just heard of that, I am still recovering from the flu, which I just got about a week ago. Coincidentally, on the last podcast that we released.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
Yeah, so, but that was how my week went. Just going through pain, weird dreams that medicine gives you.
Them good dreams.
No, not really. It was, honestly, sleeping was about as uncomfortable as waking up or staying awake. Just because it was just a jumbled mess of nonsense. The only time I had a normal dream was probably like 3 nights ago. During the recovery process, because what I can remember was just, so you know how like there's like 14 different like weapon systems in Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I had a dream where I was a hunter.
Yeah.
And I was manipulating all 14, but each 14 had 14 more inside of it, and it kept going into this weird like
infinite tree
of just unnecessary stuff. And the thing is, it's almost like they combined every weapon into one giant like bazooka cannon thing. It would just explode every time I use it. There's
literally only 3 weapons. Okay, no, there's about 5 of them that explode. I guess that would be enough to come up with enough burst to fire something.
Especially since most of them are charge weapons too.
Yeah.
That was my week. How was your week, Jerron?
That's fucking weird. My week was pretty standard. We're recording this a little late because work's been jerking me around. Since my schedule isn't set, we don't have we have an ideal record day, but depending on what happens, we might get thrown to Sunday like we are today, which is usually when you edit and upload, right?
Essentially, I mean, if anything, it'll always be ready that Monday following.
Right. So, for those listening, the set time for every set day for every episode will be Monday, unless something really weird happens, which I doubt it. But unless something really weird happens.
Yeah, let's not hope for anything that.
Yeah, we're definitely not hoping for it. No, yeah. No.
I mean, otherwise I'll just do it by myself and just talk to somebody random. I'll talk to myself.
You just
like, hey, how are you doing today? And complete silence.
Oh yeah, that'll go over great.
Oh, definitely. Oh God. So this is episode number 6. Yeah, episode number 6, and
no 7.
No, we're not including the pilot.
Right, I keep forgetting.
That's 6. Well, yeah, technically, officially episode 6.
Semantics.
And what I actually want to talk about is, at least when this podcast goes up, I don't know if it'll be late news or anything, but this happened quite recently, and that Kim Kardashian went out on Instagram and posted a picture of none other than so far girl of the season, or one of the girls of the season, 02, as hair inspiration. And you know, I'm all for inclusivity and all that, because that was just like surprising to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't find it on her Instagram at first. I found it someone posted it from a screenshot.
Right.
And I was like, there's no way. There's no fucking way that this is Kim Kardashian. Nope. I went on my Instagram, checked her out. The image was right there, and I clicked on it. Yep, this is it. This is 02.
Your brain just kind of had a freeze over, like, what is happening right now?
Like it was sort of a weird, blissful moment, because, like, I don't know. It's always nice seeing other people appreciate it, especially someone like Kim Kardashian. Now, there's a sort of weird divide, because there on the comments there's some praise for it, and then there's some like hating on it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jerron?
I generally understand both sides of the hate and the love. I'm not really sure where I fully stand on it. I'm actually pretty sure I might lean a little bit towards the hate, but that's because I'm a weeaboo elitist, and I am not proud to say that, but considering how much I will bash anyone that doesn't have the same opinion as me,
oh yeah,
is evident of that. So I apologize for that, but it's probably not going to stop.
No, probably won't.
Mainly because I think it's funny, because it's like maybe like 90% irony and then 10% actual butthurt.
For what?
For like when I say people are shitty for their opinions.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Well, okay, actually no, that's false. There's some that I won't back down from, even if you want to have a serious conversation about it. For one, NTR, you are wrong. Just period. There's nothing else. No BS. That's all you are. You're just wrong. But outside of that, we could, if we were to seriously speak otaku to otaku, I would have a serious conversation with you. But outside of that, go fuck yourself.
So as far as Kim though,
as far as this, so sorry, I got off the tangent. So I am happy that anime is becoming more popular, because as things become more popular, things get more money thrown at it, and we get better productions, which is great. Which is great for us, and it's great to get more people into the community, because the more people that know about it, the more interesting things can happen. But on kind of the other side of the coin of that is that we're already a pretty extreme group, and I mean that's probably even saying it lightly.
I mean, how many of us really is like that extreme though?
How many exactly?
I don't think it would be a big amount of the community. I would
maybe not the biggest part. I would say probably the biggest part is like
if they were like a kingdom, maybe like one house or a couple.
I don't know.
Houses.
I'd say if it was an entire kingdom, it would be a district.
Okay. Of just like
you got like everyone else that's pretty okay with each other, and then no one goes there because they don't want to get robbed.
Of your hopes and dreams.
Their hopes and dreams, exactly. But what was I saying? So going off of this, it's like the reason why it feels a little weird to me is because like I don't know if I want popular people to like anime, because anime for a long time has been characterized as that's nerd stuff, or you're watching kitty cartoons.
Yeah, that was a it is sort of a taboo in like social environments and whatnot.
Right. And so as it feels weird for popular people to embrace the whole loser thing, quote unquote, like
normalizing
it. It's like I said, I'm happy, but at the same time it's like, what it feels like we're losing some sort of identity. People call you a loser, like damn right I'm a loser. I love this stuff, and then when everyone likes it, it's like, well, I mean I still like it, but it's like it's not as special for some reason.
Well, I can understand where you're coming from.
But
I don't know. I guess I can see it's kind of like having your own special place, kind of opening the door for everyone,
right?
That kind of wants to, and it's not really your special place anymore.
Right.
You start kind of letting in everyone, which is just at this point like a public space,
right? And then there's also the whole thing where like, again, there's popular people and then there's losers that watch it. Once everyone starts doing one thing, then the hierarchy within the community becomes even wider. Because, all right, so as we know, as a lot of people are willing to admit and not willing to admit, a lot of anime viewers are a general set kind of mindset, I'd say.
All right.
There's usually some sort of personality quirk that we all share in some way. Maybe it's a little different, and maybe I'm generalizing. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm just kind of spitballing here, but it's like I don't want what we are now to be, stepped on by people that are like, yeah, we're cool and we like this, but you're not cool because you like. I don't want it to become only cool kids can watch this. You losers stop. No one. I'm not wording it right.
It's like a fad.
I don't want it to become a popular fad, and then them to kick out everyone else that already liked it.
I see.
That's a fear that I have, and I mean, if this probably wouldn't happen for the next like 10 years or so.
I don't think it would happen in general, just because like even if there is like a small influx of cool, quote unquote cool people starts coming in, they certainly would still be dominated by the mass of the general public that is our community.
I mean, I guess, but like it's
because I mean the anime community is a giant community.
It's huge.
It's worldwide,
right?
And there's only I guess the popular people can only like express their own excitement about it in their own way. Which whether it be praising it or talking about hair goals, or maybe straight up just bashing it like some news stations do sometimes. But that's
it just still feels weird. It feels so strange. It's like, because even when you talk about anime, it's always of a certain way. Like there's a certain kind of a passion, or
like a hobby.
It's a hobby, but then when you see it with someone that has damn near everything in the world, or maybe I shouldn't say that, because man, I'm tired of something and I can't get my words across, but it's like it feels strange because I don't want people to misuse it. Now, you can argue that people misuse it now because, the whole lolly thing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's almost become expected by people that are
trolls
that understand the community.
Okay, that's true.
But then when it's the fear of change. That's really all it is. It's just it's gonna change. The community's gonna continuously change, and that's fine. But it's just the inherent fear of how different is gonna be when more popular people, or I guess more influential people, get into it,
or at least become more open about it. I'm sure there's a bunch of influential people that are closeted otakus and all that. But they're not necessarily social media up about it. Like, oh, this is my hair inspiration and all that. Which I haven't actually checked if she did change her hair color to pink and all that. At some point in time. What I'm thinking when I hear you talk about it, I feel like what you're trying to say is kind of like, wouldn't it be kind of like what Japan is now?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, obviously, anime culture is its own separate pop culture.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like in a way already integrated itself in Japan's society as a normal thing.
Right.
Like it's sort of like you won't go past a day where a mascot doesn't happen to be a cutely drawn character or anything like that, based on that kind of medium inspiration and all that. And isn't that sort of what it's gonna end up being, where it's not necessarily it's more normalized, but it just becomes more integrated into I guess the Western world in this case, because we don't see it as odd. It's kind of like me walking into Best Buy and realizing they sell Nendroids there now.
Okay.
So it's become more of a included part of normal society at this point. It's not just normalizing, but it's more of just including it as a part of our society now, part of our Western society.
Right. Okay. That's a good way to put it. I didn't exactly think about it that way, but yeah, I guess it is kind of becoming like that because, I mean, obviously we're masters of Japanese culture.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
Just, I guess you can just get a general sense that since everyone knows about it, it's not like it's a.
It's not like it's lost its magic.
It's not like it's really lost its magic because there's still diehard fans there. But I guess my problem is that the diehard fans that are there, I don't want it to become like it is. I don't want it here to become like it is there, where if you're really into it, you're the bottom of society.
Right, you're sort of ostracized into that low end of life, I guess.
And then it becomes more a little bit more shameful. Or I don't want to say not shameful because there are people that there are obviously communities in Japan that get together. They enjoy their anime together, and they in love and weirdness.
I mean, their comic conventions are just huge in general.
Exactly, but it's like I really, because as anime seen by everyone else not in the community here in America, it's like, oh, it's that thing. I don't care. I don't want it to become where it's like, oh, it's that thing. Ew.
Right, true. Like you don't want to have to be given a point where it can be considered a bad thing.
Right, because again, like it's fine now, but like as it changes, I don't want it to become that, and I don't want it to become a social hierarchy.
True.
Because as it is now, everyone's basically on level playing fields with their own opinions, and they obviously people throw their opinions at each other all the time. So my taste is better, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But that's just that. You're still essentially on the same playing field. You just have different guns that have the same effect.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't want people to be like, well, I act and do all this blah 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 blah. So I definitely have better taste than you because I have all these credentials and like.
Well, we don't want actual elitism to actually.
Right, we don't want actual literal elitism to branch up in the community.
Yeah, because that would be bad in general for everyone.
Right. I guess that's what I was trying to get at in the best way to say it. I don't know why I couldn't get there.
Well, I mean, this is an important topic for people in our community.
Right, especially now because it's like we said, it's definitely becoming more popular. There's more money being thrown at it.
Yeah, I mean, especially with like the latest stuff coming out, like what is it, the Ghost in the Shell movie with the recent one.
Right, yeah.
Like there was that, and then they started doing the whole like, you remember how Your Name was like started appearing in like different like theater showings in the U.S.
Well, I mean, anime. Well, I guess it really started with Studio Ghibli.
Actually, with the movies, right?
With the movies, some of those were in theaters.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where it started to become the most popular. I'm not sure if there were others at the time. Maybe, I kind of doubt Astro Boy. Maybe Lupin. I don't know. But I'm glad that's happening because being able to see anime on a big screen is like, yo, it's fucking cool. Like I wish I was able to see the Bakemonogatari.
Oh, the movie?
Kizumonogatari, I guess, as the movies are titled. I wish I was able to see those on a big screen, but I was in college, which is way out in the corn, and they didn't feature it. And I wasn't about to drive 4 hours to see it. But oh my god, that would have been amazing, because those visuals were top notch.
Well, it is, it's Shaft, so...
Yeah, Shaft has its ways.
There's actually another celebrity that kind of just like wasn't very open about it.
What?
Micheal B Jordan.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of him? Just like it was part of an interview. It was like where you wanted to go to like not retire, but like just where you wanted to like visit and stuff. He said he wanted to go to Japan because he likes anime and all that shit. And I was like, oh okay. And that sort of like sparked up a little thing because everyone started comparing his armor he wore in Black Panther to like Vegeta's.
Well, yeah,
like space armor.
Didn't he come out and straight say it that it was inspired by it?
Was it?
Because I mean, it looks damn near like it. Like there's no like the undershirt was blue.
Right.
You know, you had the metal strap that was
the obvious pectoral armor.
Pectoral armor. Like it was inspired. I'm pretty sure you probably had a hand in how it looked.
Okay. Well,
but I mean, but see, that's the thing. Like I'm perfectly fine with Micheal B Jordan being an anime fan. In fact, that just makes me happy.
And there's also Samuel Jackson.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, he watches hentai.
I'm like, hey, brothers in arms.
Right, exactly.
But then you hear like Kanye West and Kim Kardashian like anime. I'm like, ugh. Maybe it's because it's them that we say ugh. Because
yeah,
not a lot of people like them, and I mean, why generally? I guess I do have an opinion on them because I'm saying ugh. But like, I don't care that much. But it's I don't know. It's just weird.
It's like that one person you never expected to come to the party.
Right. Everyone's just kind of like, why are they here? Like,
yeah, like they know they're in the right place.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
And when they do know they're in the right place, it's even more shocking because then it's like they're slowly aware of what's going on.
Right.
I mean, it's a slow process. I mean, who knows how long Kim Kardashian's been a closet otaku, or maybe it's recently.
It's recently because Kanye likes anime. Has liked anime for a while.
Okay, so it's just like a wife, like, getting into her husband's hobbies.
One thing I'm scared about, though, is yet again the hentai book. Well, I guess it's not really, because I'm not gonna go deep, and we're not gonna go as deep as we usually do. But I don't want hentai to become more mainstream. Or at least I don't want I don't want it to be fully exposed to the public eye.
I don't think porn in general will be exposed. Like, what do you mean? Like,
well, okay, because porn's kind of exposed. Like, everyone knows it's there.
Right.
Everyone generally knows, different themes that are in it.
Mm-hmm.
Hentai goes a couple steps past porn, as we know. There's a whole lot of way more things you can do there than you can do in real life. Period.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
and rape is a really big thing. That's gonna be a problem if hentai becomes gets more into the public eye. Why
don't you have like a small team from Netflix branch off and become its own little hentai distribution or animation center?
Jesus.
Like, if Netflix is already getting its own anime projects, now it's a small group from there.
Oh my god, that. Yeah, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. High quality hentai is I'm all about that. if you give me some very well animated, some anime quality hentai, I'm down. Because hentai generally has a quality gap ceiling.
Yeah.
But that's because it's a what is it? It's
an art.
Well, but it's there's less money in that business than it is at regular anime.
I guess it's not as regularly seasoned.
I guess you can say that about regular media and regular porn.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm not keeping up to date and all that stuff with normal porn, but
I mean, it is as it is. But speaking of better productions, so there are a lot of live action things coming out these days.
Yeah, one of them was just the Ghost in the Shell I just mentioned a while ago.
And I guess this relates to the whole. It's weird that it's becoming popular. Is that there's a lot of live action. There's a lot of anime that don't need to be live action. One being, I've seen some trailers for it. It's the one where that girl has big eyes.
Oh yes, actually, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, actually, it's called Big Eyes. I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
No, I doubt it.
I'm pretty sure.
That's the angel one, right? When she's like an angel or a fighter.
No, yeah, it's called Big Eyes.
Is it?
It's literally called Big Eyes.
Oh wow, okay.
Or no, wait, maybe not.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I'm wrong.
Okay.
That's a whole nother different thing.
Is that a hentai?
No. It actually looks like it's an American movie.
Oh, okay. Well then.
But
No, but I know what you're talking about. Is that based off an actual Japanese media?
Yeah, it's some anime that I can't. Yeah, it's called Alita Battle Angel.
There we go.
That's what it's called. And obviously.
So I remember seeing the trailer for that. I thought it was an aesthetic choice they went for that. I thought that's the way.
Their reasoning for it was because she's like this robot battle angel, whatever she is.
Right. They
had to make her look strange or different, so they went with that. Outside of just making her robotic, even though I guess in the anime she doesn't look robotic other than when she's fighting.
Right.
But I mean, I see what they're going for, but at the same time, like, there's again things that should only happen in anime, and that's having bigger eyes. It looks fucking weird.
Yeah. See, I didn't know about that about the background on that. I thought it was more of an aesthetic choice based on just the character as a battle angel and all that.
It's like visual audio. You guys won't be able to see this, but I'm showing Jomel a picture of the main character.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's a bit dated then.
Yeah, it's an older anime. And they decided to adapt it for some reason. But because they, for whatever reason, they just have to dredge up everything in the past. But recently, I heard that Sword Art Online's getting a live action.
Yes, actually,
I'm not having it.
I did.
I'm not having it.
I did hear that. See that announcement actually. Well, it's a Hollywood one too, right?
Yeah. And I'm just not having it. I don't want it to happen.
Just have it be as good as Ready Player One. That's it.
Well, first of all, I want Ready Player One to be good in general because
True.
As I'm a pretty big gamer. In fact, video games were my first love before anime. So seeing all these different references, well, it's not just video games. It's also like cartoons and stuff because the Iron Giant's in it.
Yeah, so it's like I think it's just a bunch of like what is it? Pop culture and all that.
Pop culture references, yeah.
Yeah.
Or pop animated media, I guess.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because they even had like some superheroes in there too.
Yeah.
Like and all that.
So I want it to be good because I love all that stuff, but it's just things like that tend to not work out.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see that first Dragon Ball attempt, Hollywood edition?
Oh my god. I refused to watch that movie.
See, I had the unfortunate luck to see it, and man, it was god awful.
There was a meme going around a couple months ago. It's a video of I guess in the movie their Goku was fighting some street thugs, or not street thugs, but these bullies or whatever they were, and they had bats and stuff, and he was like, "What you?" And Goku's like, "Oh, what? You're gonna hit me?" And one guy swung, and I guess so. Goku. Now I want you to picture this. Goku does this flip over the car, but instead of just doing a cool flip over the car, his head skids against the roof of the car, and you hear it as it goes along. And I saw that scene, I'm like, that's not real. Why? Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea to do that in a movie? Who in their right goddamn mind? I want to punch the director in the face. That genuinely made me upset.
Yeah.
But the meme was it going over and over as they continued to swing at him.
Yeah, it was just a loop of that
Yeah, and I thought that was funny. But so there's that, and then I guess there's Avatar. Or the last Airbender.
Oh, dear
Lord. Which also tanked.
Oh, man.
Because
did you watch that?
No. That was another one I refused to watch.
I saw it in theaters.
Uh-huh.
Man. They even they got it wrong to the point where they were even saying his name wrong.
I know.
And it was so upsetting.
The actual show was in English. What's the problem?
Exactly.
Just say,
it was made here. It was made here.
It was literally made here. What are you doing? Just watch the show. Or mate. I'm wondering if it's because they didn't fully get all the copyright. The copyright.
So they had to change.
They had
a
to change
bit?
A few things.
Well,
they couldn't say "ang," so they had to go with "ong."
What was M. Night Shyamalan working on? He's a big guy. He's a known guy. I'm sure he could have been able to get something out of Nick or something.
I don't know. That's because isn't that why the story's slightly different? Isn't it?
It's sort of different in a way where it's a retelling.
Right.
Yeah, it's a slight retelling and all that.
Oh, okay.
See, I try to block it up. I blocked out most of it from my memory.
No, fair enough.
But it was a slight retelling. The only thing I can remember was all the Fire Nations were Indians.
Yeah. See, there's another thing. So
I think that's more of a director's creative choice at that point.
Well, but literally every nation in the what's their world called?
They never really named it.
They probably did at one point, but every nation in Avatar: The Last Airbender has generally a race. All the fire people I think are Chinese or Japanese or some definite Asian
heritage.
It's
full on.
The waterbenders I think were either Eskimo or Inuit or
something
Indian, something like that.
Yeah, it was a mix between all those.
The
Airbenders were they were like the Tibetan monks,
right?
That was their inspiration.
And then the Earthbenders were maybe they were Japanese. Were they Japanese or were they?
I'm thinking of Toph right now as far as how her style is.
Right.
I think
maybe
they're
more like Taiwan.
Maybe.
Taiwanese?
What kind of name is Ba Sing Se? That's more.
That's.
I feel like it's more going towards Chinese.
So then maybe the Fire Nation is Japan, and then the Earth Nation is Chinese.
Probably dragons and all that.
Yeah.
So that probably makes sense.
So each place had its own thing. So if you wanted to make all the Water Nation Indians perfect, you know, it makes sense. It fits the lore fine. No, you just fucking I don't just do whatever the hell I want. Like, no, you're wrong.
See, M. Night Shyamalan does a lot of good. He does some good work.
He does do some great work.
And there are some that you just don't want to go back to ever again.
He's just like, I don't know what you're doing, Shamalama Ding Dong, but
right,
not
exactly.
here. Not this.
That was amazing how you can always find him in his own movies too.
Is he usually in his own? Was he in?
He's always in his own movies, at least one. It's sort of like a Stan Lee cameo, except it's himself as the director.
Except he's not as like, there he is.
Yeah, he's sort of subtle. He wears like a wig sometimes, or just a different outfit, but he'll just play in a scene.
Nah, you gotta Stan Lee that shit up. I advocate for every director and anything to Stan Lee themselves. Just put themselves in their own show, just for a second. Just draw attention to it and then move on.
George Lucas did that in the prequels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was him and his wife. I think it was episode 3. They were just kind of just green screened into like as blue aliens.
Screened in.
Yeah, they were like blue aliens and crap.
Jesus. They could have it would have been easy during one of the movies they were doing, like the Galactic Council or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just hologram themselves in, follow them for 3 seconds, and then it's over, and then move on to whatever's going on. I don't know.
Are there any good live action anime movies?
Ghost in the Shell was decent.
Was it?
It was. I think. I don't know. Well, okay. So one, there was a lot of controversy about Ghost in the Shell because people were upset that they whitewashed
the main
character.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that in the anime itself, the major's I guess robot self is supposed to be of German descent, I believe.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure.
The 80s movies. It's supposed to totally. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's based off the whole thing, but it's supposed to reflect the 80s version, the 80s movie.
Right. Now, I don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. Feel free to look that up yourself. I guess I could right now because my computer's in front of me. But I'm not that dedicated to it. So she's supposed to be the robot self is supposed to be German, but the brain comes from this Asian girl.
Okay.
And they address that in the movie.
The live action or the
live action?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I feel like it was fine. The visuals are fine. The story went well as it did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a successful anime live action. And I'm fine with that.
Despite all the public criticism. I mean, even Japan actually liked it too.
Right. So
a lot of citizens were actually happy. They had a famous actress star as a main character for a Ghost in the Shell and all that.
And then there was shit like Death Note.
Which one? Oh, the Netflix special?
The Netflix special.
Okay.
Which everyone hated. No one liked it. No.
I knew.
Defoe was great.
Okay, yeah, of course. Defoe was great as Riku.
Ryuk.
Oh, Ryuk? Okay, Ryuk.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It's been a while since I finished freaking Death Note.
Same, and I still remember.
Okay, fuck you. I actually have a buddy of mine that did like it, only because he didn't watch. He wasn't aware of Death Note in general. Maybe that's gotta be part of it.
I guess.
If you're ignorant to the original series, I guess.
I mean,
maybe he got into it apparently.
All right, I guess in that sense, it's the whole argument. If you don't read the book and watch the movie's great. Right. But it's sometimes they don't even try.
And this was Netflix too.
This was Netflix, and that's why I'm wary.
Well, the people didn't like it because it was completely different from the source material.
From what I understand, they didn't like it. One, again, they whitewashed it. I feel like that was on purpose though. Well, because they were essentially changing the narrative a little bit. They were changing it where everything did happen in America. It's not like, oh, I'm this white guy in Japan. No, he was in. Was it San Francisco or Seattle? Somewhere. And It was so weird. They named him. They gave him the actual name Light.
Okay.
They still gave him Light, but he was like Light Johnson or some real American name, and I'm like, ugh, this hurts. And then I think he went with Kira.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because the main criticism that I hear about it is because the main character was so different from
Light Yagami.
Light Yagami.
Okay.
Because Light Yagami is this cool, calculating, kind of badass, using every single weapon at his disposal to forward his goal.
Right.
While this one's this bitchy, I'm gonna shoot up the school emo kid. And I'm like, this you can't get into it. Like, why does he have to be such a little bitch?
Now hear me out. I feel like they did it on purpose just because Death Note has been wrung out so much in Japan to the point where they made 3 different live actions in Japan. They did screenplays. They did what is it? I mean, the manga is also long as hell.
Yeah.
There's the anime, and there's some drama CDs and all that. But the only thing the one
drama CDs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one thing they all had in common was the story. They all told the same exact story.
Right.
And it's not a bad thing. But I guess in this case they wanted to change it to a point where it's different enough to obviously be different, but
right.
to kind of have that same keepsake of the name Death Note.
Right.
I mean, I guess it ended up being a poor attempt, but it's sort of like they were changing the formula for something, trying to refreshen it up,
right.
because everyone knows the story of Death Note,
right? That
kind of thing.
Right.
And if you throw something completely different, you kind of put your own curiosity is kind of put into it to see what this interpretation is, because the interpretation of Death Note has been the exact same for Japan for however long it's been out for, and probably still is now, doing their own thing.
But it's just like,
is it too different? Is that what it was?
From what I hear, I didn't do enough research because I don't care that much about it. It's just because we're talking about it now. But I hear just about everything else about it was okay. Like they made L black. He's like this kind of like,
yeah, they made him into this kind of they made him into a shady kind of shady guy rather than a aloof, socially and aloof awkward, and inept individual that kind of eats cake.
Yeah, and I mean, from what I hear, now this might be biased because I heard this from black people. They said he was alright. It was a different spin, but the fact of the matter was that he was still kind of cool.
L?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was a different kind of cool. Instead of being the weird cool, he was a shady cool.
Right.
Whereas Light went from cool badass to whiny bitch.
Right. So just a different character dynamic?
It's too different. If you went from... So, it's if you went from cool, cold calculating to, goofy calculating, I don't know. I mean, I'm no creative genius, but if it was something along the lines but different, that probably would have been fine. Because you don't want to watch this guy because it's more. It seemed like it was more about him getting back at the world than doing justice.
Right. True.
Which is generally, I don't know. I don't feel too good about it. And I again, another one I refuse to watch.
Well, I guess we'll have to see because I know they didn't finish it.
No, they threw that out there they saw all the negative and nope, we're done with this.
Not just that, but they left it at a cliffhanger.
Oh,
so it's supposed to be it's supposed to be left for
cliffhanger.
It's supposed to be left for a sequel coming down the line. Apparently,
they better not. They better, unless he gets killed by the cool white Yagami. No one wants to see it.
Oh, so a Japanese guy comes out of nowhere. It's like, I'm Kira.
Well, that's probably what they'll go into next. Other Kira and all that stuff.
Yeah. All the multiple Kiras and all that. Yeah. Probably getting the other Shinigamis involved.
Yeah. But
Oh, you should have. Was it? Roger Gottfried.
You right. You fucking right.
As
you
one.
Fucking right.
He'd be a menacing, like, Shinigami.
Yes, he's fucking... Wait, hold on. Am I thinking about the right guy?
I hope you are, because it's a very...
Roger Godfrey, right?
Yeah.
From what?
He played the parrot from Aladdin.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, Gilbert Godfrey?
Yeah,
Okay. I don't... There we go.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. I think he's still alive.
Cause, like, I haven't heard anything about this guy in a long time. Last time I heard anything about him was him reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quite a while ago.
And that was special. That felt good.
Now imagine him as one of the Shinigamis.
That would be absolutely amazing. I would, I'd probably watch any movie he's in, just because he sounds so strange. And I'm not sure if that's his normal voice. I don't think it is, because it sounds like he's really pushing it. But if that's his real voice, that
it's amazing.
He's 63 right now.
Oh, he's still pretty springing up there.
He's 3 years older than my dad.
Well, there we go. Wait, so as far as like live action movies go, I mean, I've noticed we talk about like Hollywood live action.
Yeah.
Are we counting any of the Japan ones?
Well, see,
because even they have their own little kind of weirdness to them.
Right, and I remember seeing some of actually I'm just gonna flat out say it. The only anime live action movie that I've seen is Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
Like, so I don't want to be like, oh, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've only seen one.
I mean, we're open to a discussion on
we're
that.
definitely open for discussion.
Cause I mean, as far as like Japanese live actions goes, they're all like, I mean, a lot of them are just kind of like subpar when it comes to quality, because like most of it is just a retelling of the story,
right?
And it's just more a way to like publicize the original work and all that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the good ones I've read around that Japan have made, it's only been like the only one I can really think of on top of my head is the recent Fullmetal Alchemist one.
I did hear that one was pretty good.
That one was a Netflix special. That one was a Netflix. Recently, Netflix put it out on their site for everyone to watch. But apparently, that got some good feedback when it was when it went live in Japan. And I don't know much else. I didn't actually watch it or anything.
I mean, I've seen a few. I haven't seen too much from that one, but I did see a few clips from the Attack on Titan live action.
Oh man!
Oh my god, that looked goony.
This is the reason why we're number one in CG effects and all that.
I don't know if they pull out that if Studio Orange with Land Illustrious gets more money, they'll put everyone in their place.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's a hard thing to do because there's so much work that goes into CG. There's so much, especially if you're trying to make it look good.
Yeah.
So I feel for them when they do that, but at the same time, it's kind of like at this point it's like all or nothing. Like go back to like the big ass animatronics, which I guess it's cheaper to do the CG. I don't know. Is it cheaper to do CG versus the animatronics? I would imagine it's cheaper.
It'd be cheaper in a sense where you don't need as many bodies,
right?
Like actual live bodies,
right?
To like work with.
Well,
it's more of just a programming thing at that point.
But I'm like looking back to like I'm just looking back to Jurassic Park. There was I don't know if there was any CG, but there was
some CG, very minor, but it still holds up today.
Right.
Granted, it's like a mid 2000s movie, but most of it was like giant animatronics.
Right, and that was awesome. Like it looked great, but that's because it was like actual texture instead of just being computer generated.
And actually, that's sort of what they did with is it Al from Fullmetal Alchemist, the brother with that
that
body?
was actual metal.
Yeah, Oh no, it wasn't actual metal, but it was an actual suit. Like it was.
Right.
Like they had somebody, it's like a commission cosplay essentially.
Okay.
And then they CG'd like all the eyes and all, the glowing shit and all that. But it was a tall dude in a pretty good looking cosplay.
Okay.
Essentially.
Okay. Well, see, there's a certain level of quality that you can achieve when you use like actual objects, but at the same time, it's hard to manipulate the exact way you want it because,
Yeah, that's true.
You can essentially do anything with a computer, but.
Oh, should we count Godzilla?
Huh?
Should we count Godzilla? There's an American Godzilla.
I heard that people did not like that one as much because you didn't get a lot of Godzilla. You
No.
got a lot of, I'm this dude against fucking Godzilla instead of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Who people care about.
I actually own the VHS tape of that too.
Jesus.
There was a lot of talking. It was a very boring movie. They don't talk. There were two Godzillas in that movie too, except you only saw their feet and their backs.
Yeah,
and like them swimming around, but that's about it.
The problem with people, see, I don't know where this whole idea that you have to put a human element in these kind of movies, because some people just want to watch monsters fuck shit up.
That's true. I don't know how the Godzilla animated movie is, but I hope hopefully it's nothing like that. It's
mostly about Godzilla, and like I've seen some of the. When I was just remembering back. So, when I was younger, a friend of mine and I used to watch like old Godzilla cartoons.
Okay.
It was this one particular one called Godzilla and Godzuki. So there was Godzilla herself, because Godzilla's a girl,
right?
Or mom, whatever. And she had her kid, Godzuki, and there was this like group of kids. It was kind of like a Scooby Gang kind of deal. Where it was these kids and then Godzuki, and anytime there was like, oh, giant monsters, blah 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 blah, Godzuki would make this cry, and then Godzilla would come stumping up and beat its ass.
What?
And I had this Yoshi doll that I absolutely adored when I was younger, and like we'd always play like Dragon Ball Z with him. Okay. Except my Yoshi was the strongest Yoshi in all of existence, who was on par with Goku and them.
Okay.
Because those were the toys he had, and I had a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
So we got along with that, and then we kind of spun that my Yoshi was also Godzuki. I don't. It just showed up in my head when we started talking about Godzilla, and I had to share that.
Okay.
It's just.
This is Jerron's memory moment.
It was just a random memory that reminiscent in my old 24-year-old age.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
But
as far as live action, is there anything else that?
As I was saying before, I think they need to minimize the human element in these monster movies because people. Well, I guess I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like they're missing the audience of people that just want to see the big ass monsters do shit.
That's true.
Like Transformers kind of gets it. Like Michael Bay understood that more Transformers, more, bigger, dumber, whatever, more Transformers.
I don't know. I got to a certain point.
It got to a certain point, but people kept watching it. He still got enough money to make more.
He actually halted the Transformers project. Now he's working on Robo Invasion, which is some sort of book. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he definitely had enough money to make it bigger and bigger each time.
Yeah, he had like 14 scripts for like other Transformers movies.
God damn.
Apparently.
Well, we're glad we stopped there, but he knew. There was a human element, but it wasn't the whole thing.
Yeah.
The point where the robots, the humans help.
There were the cars, like the cool car scenes, like and then it transforms, and then you get like Transformers like boxing each other out with blades and crap.
That shit's cool. Like I'm remembering back to Attack on Titan. Like honestly, at a certain point, like once you knew, spoiler alert if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, but after you learn that Eren can turn into a Titan. Outside of them using their 3D move gear, which is cool as hell, you just kind of wanted to see Eren beat the shit out of Titans.
Right, true.
Like, that's kind of what it came down to. There's talking. Oh shit, Eren's fighting people now. and it was great.
I mean, they kind of did that because of just like content reasons. Just because like the manga normally it moves really fast.
Right.
The anime would just had to like keep up with that pace,
Right.
so they had to like slow things down a bit.
Right. So I definitely think if they want to do a good Godzilla movie, hell, if they want to do a good Godzilla anime, more Godzilla. Hell, fucking turn the anime dial straight up to 10 and make Godzilla fucking monster girl. Like, why hasn't that been done yet?
What?
Why hasn't that been done yet?
Oh, Godzilla as
like,
a monster
as a
girl?
fucking girl. I think they might have done it in. There was this one little anime called. What are giant monsters generally called in Japan?
Kaijus?
Kaiju girls.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
It came out this or last season.
Is it recent?
I think it's relatively recent. It's a really small anime. It's it's in that lower tier where it's like all the weird chibi shit that of cartoons that are really only popular in Japan.
Like
but I guess a step above. Well, yeah. I still need to watch that because I can't. I still don't want to believe. I honestly feel like the anime is just a fever dream.
What, Kimono no Dream? Kimono no
like
Friends.
When you look at it, it looks it looks shitty. Like you see it, you gloss over it because it's like whatever. But people.
For some reason, you have a small cult following.
Yeah, and
that was before Grape Coon too, because I remember people were just raving about it for some freaking reason.
I don't know why.
It's a slice of life. It's the best slice of life. Should have won best slice of life. Beat that girl's last tour.
Let me look it up real quick.
This one?
Yeah. So I don't know if Godzilla's in Kaiju Girls, but I think they should do a full-fledged, like, take advantage of
like the culture.
The culture. Hell, just go for it. I think that'd be great. Make her all powerful and all these other monster girls show up and they fight each other. Standard anime.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a kaiju version of Killing Bites.
Yeah. So I recently caught up with Killing Bites, and that show just it's trying to pull a prison school. I think.
Oh really?
It's trying to top itself with each and every section. I don't think they're never gonna go as far as Prison School has. Right. If you're not reading the manga of Prison School, listeners, I think you get ready for religious experience. Like that manga goes some places that you just don't expect. Like and it keeps going. It just
you need a Bible.
It's like
read that with a Bible next to you.
Exactly. Like it's crazy, and like I said, I don't think Killing Bites is ever gonna go to the stars, but it's gone to some places that I was not ready for. Especially when I didn't see the episode and I see a clip on Facebook. I'm like, completely out of context. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Here, no, actually, I'm going to give it to you. Out of context of me watching, just randomly seeing it in Facebook. The main character in this cheetah girl just essentially having sex in the middle of a battlefield. Literally moaning, gasping, blushing, kissing, all that. Out of context. Go watch it, see why. When you see it, it makes sense. Right. Out of context, like, after watching the first couple episodes, like, what the fuck happened?
Okay. Oh, there we go. There's another way we can solve that Godzilla problem.
What?
Just give it a trigger.
You're right. Make them robots.
No, Mecha Godzilla. Just have Trigger do Mecha Godzilla.
He's so cool. Well, there is a Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Just base it off that, and then just triggerize it. All the stars and all the
so fucking cool.
all the galaxies, like all the battles will be just like the entire battlefield will just be covered in stars.
I'd be happy. I'd be so damn happy.
Especially if he's doing his little like backscale charge shot, like.
Jesus, it would be beautiful. Anytime he does it. Max budget.
Exactly. There we go. just go over the budget. Like here's a check. Here's a blank check. Just do it.
I'm honestly curious. Like if Netflix ever approaches Trigger for an anime, and they allow them to. I guess the term should be unlimited budget works them. Because essentially they Unlimited Blade Works started that with Ufotable started that because they got a shit ton of money from. Was it Netflix or did they just?
No, I think
they just pulled together a bunch of money.
They're just that good too.
Well,
they pulled and also they're that good.
Well, yeah. So if they get enough money to quality hike themselves, I wonder what they could come up with. I want to see that.
Which is the most minimal thing, but it's got like the most intensive and flowy action scenes ever. like 120 frames a second.
120 frames of fucking Inferno Cop. Oh my god. Have you seen clips of Inferno Cop?
No, but I've seen the visuals.
Oh my god. It's so they've had 2 animes. I've talked about this before. They have 2 animes that are like this. This is going to be real quick. Inferno Cop, which is like...
That was the first one, isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of their first shows, actually. Where it's just like essentially a JPEG of the character moving about on this still background of a screen as he fights enemies and shit, and they're all just fucking JPEGs moving around. It's the wackiest thing I've ever seen, but it's great. But
and the other one?
Same thing except it's like some Cyborg Ninja.
Oh, okay.
Or at least I think that one's by Trigger. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, no, it's fucking goofy, I swear. But I going back to our original point before we got sidetracked again, because that's probably gonna happen every episode.
Oh yeah.
But I really hope live action movies understand that. Well, I guess there is an understanding that people probably that have seen the original content want essentially a live version of the original content, but they can't really do that.
Right.
Because of copyright and whatnot.
And plus, who wants to see the exact same story?
Well, you're right, but like, it's there's just something when they change something for the worse. Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with something being different.
Right.
But if it's changed for the worse, for example, like when we talked about The Last Airbender.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one, it was under budgeted because all the earthbending and stuff like that looked like trash. But if it had maybe a little bit more money and they got the races right, at least
took some time with it.
I think it probably would have been way better than it was. I mean, if they wanted to change a few things, like they have to do the names for, their reasons. That's fine, as long as it's good. But it just wasn't good.
You could say the same thing about Dragon Ball Z.
You could say there's different, and then there's just like, his name's Goku. That's the only similarity.
And his hair will just randomly spike up because of energy.
Oh my god!
Like, he doesn't even that's the Super Saiyan. He doesn't even change blonde or anything. It's just.
I hate it.
It's like someone going through with one swipe of hair gel. Yeah, exactly. No palette swap, no nothing. Just gel swap. It's a gel swap.
There it is. That's gonna be the next Dragon Ball Super form. It's just everything slicked back.
Oh, actually, I did watch the latest one where he got his Ultra Instinct. He turned to pure energy. Like, his whole body turned pure energy before he got his Ultra Instinct.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it was amazing.
He did the same thing when he got Super Saiyan Blue.
Oh yeah, because he kind of broke it. It broke apart.
Yeah. But I already said my pieces about how I feel about the Dragon Ball Z transformations.
True, and the live action doesn't help at all either.
Oh my god! If we ever do a bad movie night,
Dragon Ball Z,
we're doing it. We got to do it.
Okay, yeah, true, and then we'll give our own after we throw up and all that. But we'll give our
a legit review. Just remove all the biases. Just watch it as a movie.
Exactly, like without like. Do we want to have the original source material as a reference, or just as a movie, straight up?
You
movie?
Can't, because it's so different. It's like it's not even like this weird, like mystical future
indie flick,
Japanish kind of place. It's like you're in fucking New York or whatever. You're just some dude. Here's your hot Asian girlfriend.
Save the world.
Here's some dude that's gonna teach you how to fight. Here's how to shoot little energy balls. That's all.
Who's the main antagonist then? Was that Piccolo?
I think it was Piccolo. I don't think he was green. I don't remember.
Oh man, was he a black guy?
No. He was a color, but I think it was like orange or purple or something.
What? Just go off the exact opposite spectrum, like visual spectrum, for Piccolo.
I don't know.
You know, I guess we'll have to watch and see this magnificent spectacle of a movie.
I gotta look this shit up. No, okay, so he was green.
He was?
But he doesn't look anything like Piccolo. Like, I guess you can't. It'd be hard to.
I mean, he's an alien.
He's a green alien, so I guess that's all they.
So is Goku, technically.
I mean, he's a human-looking alien,
Yeah.
but he wasn't the fucking.
The Green Man.
Knockoff Elijah Wood. I don't know. And then he even wore the outfit, like the actual like Dragon Ball Z gi when he fought him, I guess.
That'll be a great movie night. That's gonna be a great movie night.
It's gonna be awful. We also have to watch. Well, you already saw Last Airbender, so I won't put you through that again.
What is it?
Last Airbender.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'll watch it again for the nostalgia.
For the nostalgia, is that what that is?
Yeah.
We should also try to find the Attack on Titan one because I want to see that.
The Japan one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be goofy as hell because even the commercials that came out with that prior, they were pretty well done, but it was kind of like so weird because they had like it was like a Mitsubishi like car commercial. Mm-hmm. It was like running away from a female Titan and all that, and it looked like just because I guess they're trying to demo out the special effects and all that. But that was I think that was the only thing good I know visually about Attack on Titan was the car commercials.
Oh, there was also the live action Parasite.
Oh yeah, that was not. I don't
remember hearing anything about it. I just know. Again, for the third time, certain things just look better in anime. Like they had the opening scene for the anime. You know where the guy goes up to his wife and his face, eats her.
Maybe they just need better CG.
They had the exact same scene. Like probably, I guess I don't want to say frame by frame, but it was like
pretty close,
almost perfect rendition of it, and it just looks so damn weird.
Is it because of the CG?
Not necessarily just because of the CG. I think it's just because it was like
the concept
mimicking real life.
Oh, I see.
It's like
the whole Battle Angel thing.
Yeah.
Seeing the big eyes in real life, in contrast to like a normal human being next to them.
Like it's so weird. It's like I don't want to. Those two things should not exist in the same plane.
I mean, that's the reason why it's 2D and 3D.
Well, yeah, we
gotta keep those separate.
We should keep them separate. But it's because no one wants to see their waifu in 3D because everyone knows it's not going to look right. Everyone's gonna get upset. Like, imagine all the people that like praised Katara for being their waifu, and then they saw Last Airbender.
Man.
When granted, she was a child at the time, but like,
yeah.
Like that had to be heartbreaking. I think I don't know how many people claim Suki, but the one that turned into the moon. I think she was in it.
Yeah, she was in it because they went up into. The movie went up until
the water temple.
The Northern Water Temple War. Yeah. That like up at that especially book 1.
Yeah.
The entirety of book 1, which is weird because they strung up like an hour and 45 minutes.
There's a lot of content there because there was
there's a lot of content, but they put a lot of content like in that 1 hour.
Well, that's another problem that a lot of live action movies have. As we mentioned before, that it's the trying to space in all that information and story and relevance into at most 2 hours. Like, it's hard, and I honestly feel bad for directors that have to do that. But if this is another really good thing about Netflix is that they're fine with doing series.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be more than happy for a live action anime series than just a movie.
Right.
Because then you know that they can hit details that they would have missed in the movies.
Right, and then space things out properly.
Build characters better.
And you can still binge it too, because Netflix releases everything in one season anyway.
Right. So
you can just binge all that out, but at least you have the spacing for every detail.
Right. And I do hope it gets to that point.
You know, when it comes to live actions, I'll probably stick to Korea. Honestly, South Korea does a lot of they're really good with live actions, whereas like Japan does good with their anime.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like, I don't know if this is not really relevant at all. I'm just sort of sidetracking, but like, you know, are you aware of the American drama right now, The Good Doctor?
Is that the one where he has like autism or something?
Yeah,
and
he's savant, but he's a really good doctor.
Yeah.
That's actually based off a Korean drama called The Good Doctor. Oh. So it's like a direct It's a direct, I guess, transcribe of the original 2013 series. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, American.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
So,
I mean, I'm not familiar at all with anything Korean because it's hard enough to keep up with my Japanese stuff than to add a whole nother culture.
That's true. Well, we'll just have Korea do all the anime live actions for now. How about that? We'll just do that.
I'd be down for it, but I don't know. Have they done any?
I feel like they have. I just gotta look. I have to look things up because like, I feel like they actually did do. Mm-hmm. Like they did do either an anime or a Japanese drama rendition version just in Korean. Let's see. Okay.
Though I now I just started thinking about it, like putting all we've said together is that like Scarlett Johansson did pretty well in Ghost in the Shell, but like it'd be weird to like see like who's like Micheal B Jordan in an anime live action. That'd be like he'd be ecstatic, I'm sure, but like it'd be so strange.
I mean,
I guess it depends on
what it was,
on what it is, but like just seeing more American actors in it, it feels so strange. One, because I guess it's kind of strange to separate anime from its Japanese, like
the home, just its origin.
Its origin, or the only thing similar is the story. It's just I guess it's still a weird dissonance for me. But I mean, I guess as time goes on, I'll get used to that because there's definitely going to be more live actions. There's no way to stop that.
No, yeah, true. I mean, Mario is getting a movie of his own now. The same studio that did Minions.
Now, people are worried that the Minions suck. That's only because you're tired of seeing them.
Right.
When everybody saw the first Despicable Me, so much love for that movie. Like, goddamn. And I've watched all of them, including the Minions movie. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, yes, I am tired of the Minions. Like, Minion memes, Minion... Anything, you're just kind of whatever. If they make another Despicable Me, I'm right fucking there. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And, honestly, those movies are very well animated.
Right.
Like, extremely well animated. So, I think they're going to do well with Mario. The only problem is the story and how it's going to go down. I don't want to hear Mario. Well, okay, yes, Mario does talk. But are they going to get his voice actor to do everything?
Well, or maybe. I mean, there was a one live-action Mario and Luigi movie.
Don't talk about that. No, actually, I want to see that because it's that one's another situation where it's so damn different, except general concepts, that it's like you're just in a whole nother world.
Yeah, like the 90s were a weird time.
The 90s is probably the weirdest time because that's when media was, I guess, booming.
Yeah, it was booming. So creativity was sort of like out there making things happen.
Yeah.
And ending up to becoming the reality, which is bad movies.
But the fact that their Bowser wasn't even like he was like some sort of weird alien dragon thing, but most of the time he was just human with really bad hair. It was so weird.
I guess it was to represent the spiky shell, right?
Yeah, but it was like, it's just so strange, and he was like super stereotypical evil.
Yeah.
Like there's like Eggman, Bowser, evil, where it's just like rah rah rah, I'm evil. Here's my one plan, and I'm gonna keep trying to do it. Oh no, I get stopped. And then there's like like Dr. Evil kind of evil, where it's super generic.
I mean, I guess at this point it'll have to be an original story, because I guess unless they go with the traditional route where it's Mario saving Princess.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do, because that's the safest route.
Right.
Because they know people are gonna watch it because it's a whole Mario movie. Mm-hmm. As long as certain things are done right, then I think people are gonna be fine with it. Because like I can easily imagine where wait, how would you do it?
What, story wise?
Hold on, what could they do? I mean, obviously Mario goes saves Peach from Bowser, the end. But like, are they gonna adopt a story? Or are they gonna
Well, they're gonna have to.
Are they gonna use one of the games, or are they just gonna make one up?
I think that they're gonna make one up, because I mean, how many games are you gonna try to reference, and which games would you want to reference towards in terms of a story?
I mean,
they all tell the same story essentially.
Well, some of them are a little different.
Yeah, I mean.
But actually, the ones from the main consoles are generally all the same.
Yeah.
Bowser kidnaps Peach, go save her. Here's a gimmick.
Exactly. And Odyssey hasn't necessarily changed too much with the basic principle of Mario.
Except they improved the movement. Oh my god, it's so good.
I played a little bit of it as well, so I understand. Just add a minion.
People will literally set fire to theaters if that happens. No.
Like a little tube like banana.
God.
Oh dear Lord.
People will literally have a cow.
Well, we can only hope that Hollywood comes up with something good and entertaining for like an hour, and like an hour and a half. Because
it shouldn't be that hard, but at the same time, they could easily fuck it up.
Yeah, it's like they're walking in some eggshells here.
Yeah.
Just because like they've got something good on their hands, but they can't they can't drop it.
Right.
They can't drop.
If they drop it, it's fucking done.
Yeah,
no more.
They can't drop the Yoshi egg in this one.
If they can make the first good video game movie, I'll be happy.
Maybe take some pointers from like the first Wreck-It Ralph. That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, Ratchet and Clank the movie wasn't bad.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, downloaded it a couple days ago because it's free for PS Plus members.
Oh, there we go.
But,
well, that's because that actually had an actual story into it.
Right. It like, when it rebooted the whole franchise, and it was the first game.
Right.
And it's pretty different, but followed the same story.
Mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to do one of the games, but the problem is I said it before, I don't want to necessarily it's going to be the dialogue of the movie, like
what, just him
just
speaking?
them talking.
What if they just made him do the whole like Mario like sounds,
short phrases?
Yeah,
I guess that'd be okay, but it'd be more like a YouTube video than, because I don't know if you've seen those, but there are a lot of like, little Mario projects where they have them like do a whole bunch of shit, fight Bowser in some super cool way.
I mean, the entire mini movie was literally spoken in banana. You couldn't understand much of it. You just had inferences.
You're right.
Maybe they can do something along the lines of that. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that strange to hear Mario talk as long as it's that voice actor. If it's anyone else, no.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the other problem is, are they going to stick with like the regular Mario look?
Like, what do you mean, like the
plumber
look? Or are they
going to change it?
I think they'll keep it. It's pretty iconic. I mean,
it's super iconic, but again, the whole copyright thing.
I mean, I'm sure since they got the rights to like a Mario movie, I'm sure they would have gotten the rights to at least most of his wardrobe.
Hopefully.
I mean, the only thing I can see them changing is just is like giving him actual pants instead of like overalls. like a sweater or something, like a red button-up, or...
Don't say that. Just keep him in his overalls.
Because he's a plumber.
Well, I guess we've seen him in other outfits, especially because of Odyssey.
Right. But it's like, this is his first movie. Well, this is his first, like, pretty legit movie.
You know what? Actually, you know what'd be cool if they did like a kind of like a origin story kind of deal for him. Like get a set one where he starts off as a plumber working for the Mushroom Kingdom, and he sees some trouble and has to save Peach with the help of Luigi or whoever.
And that'd be actually a good premise. Actually, they can try that. Yeah.
It'd be an interesting thing. I'd be excited to see that, yeah. But I don't obviously know what they're gonna do. I don't even know if they've started like.
Because I mean, it's like
scripting and shit.
Because if they can get this thing, to be successful, like I can already see like the expansive like sequels for this. Like you can have like
Mario Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, exactly. The Mario Cinematic Universe.
The new MCU.
Exactly. Yeah, the new MCU. Because then you'll have like WarioWare as one of the sequels, and you have Waluigi and all that. You'll have like what is it? You'll have like Bowser's kids and all that.
Yeah.
And if they can get to like the level of like Despicable Me sequels, then that'd be kind of cool.
I'd be so down for that, but Nintendo's never gonna let that fly. They probably want to do the reason why they're letting. Wait, who's doing it? Is it Netflix or is the Minion people?
Yeah, the Minion people.
The reason they're probably letting them do that is because I know they've been talking about wanting to branch out into other media.
Oh, really?
Which is why they're doing mobile and because they've tried the Meet Tomo social thing, which flopped. Well, I guess it was popular at first, but then it flopped. They have a couple of different mobile Mario games. And then I remember hearing that they wanted to branch into like TV shows and movies because they used to do that with that old really bad Mario cartoon.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But obviously it died.
Yeah.
So like I think they probably want that. I'm pretty sure they're looking to bring that back. But Mario's voice actor is old. He's real old.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't want it to be a Stan Lee thing where we're just waiting for the voice actor to change and everyone's going to be sad.
I mean, they'll just have a really good close match, unless you can really tell.
Well, I mean, his voice is iconic, but it's not terribly hard to mimic.
Yeah.
But he does it right.
I mean, he is Mario.
Well, he is Mario.
Exactly, so.
God damn, that dude's rich. Think about it.
But speaking of Mario, Nintendo in general.
Oh, yeah, so, the Nintendo Direct came out 2 days ago?
Yeah, so I'm very ignorant about this. The only thing I know about it, from what Dron has already told me, is just it's sort of like the new Nintendo Power, in a sense.
I mean, I guess it's not really new, but they've been doing it for the last couple years.
Like, so since, like, Wii U?
Yeah, since about Wii U.
Oh, okay.
And it was they had a lot of good stuff. I imagine there's a lot of stuff people probably don't care about because they talked about their new Kirby game, called, I think that's Star Friends or something like that.
The Switch?
For the Switch.
Okay.
That looks pretty good. In this one, you're able to like throw these little hearts at enemies and they become your friend and like start following you and attacking shit.
Hey.
And like you can like combine, like obviously you still have your regular copy ability, but let's say you sucked up a sword dude, and you have an ice friend. You hold a button and he'll like blast your sword with ice, and you get an ice sword for some amount of time. And I think there's a bunch of different copy ability transformations based on who you have, which I'm pretty excited about because that sounds pretty cool. I've always loved Kirby. Granted, I haven't played that many of his games. I think I've actually only played the N64 one, which was Crystal Curse. So there's that. There's this one game called Octopath coming out. I think you'd probably be pretty interested in this one, Jamal.
Octopath?
Yeah.
Is there any way in shape or form related to Octodad?
No, not at all. It's. I don't really know why they called it that. Probably because. Well, I think there's 8 different characters. There's 8 different characters, maybe more.
Octopath Traveler? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where every different character has different abilities that they can use to interact with people in towns and different things like that, and that shapes how the story goes. Everything's essentially driven more by player choice than anything else. Oh. So you can choose to go fight the guard and be put in jail and get set on this whole other story. You can choose to, badger this person for information if you're this certain character. You can seduce people if you're the dancer. You can challenge people to duels if you're the swordsman and stuff like that.
Wait, is that why it's called Octopath? Because you have
there's a whole bunch of different paths you can choose.
But it's not restricted to 8 though.
I don't think it's restricted to 8. It's well, again, you choose whatever character, and then you have your one special ability that only that character can do to interact with different townspeople or whatever.
I see. Okay.
And that branches into a whole bunch of stuff depending on whether or not you use it. And I think you can use multiple characters. I'm not sure if it's like you play all of them or you select one and everyone else joins your party kind of deal.
Right.
I don't know how that works.
Well, maybe it deals with multiple playthroughs.
I definitely would deal with multiple playthroughs considering the name.
Right. I mean, the only problem is I need a Switch now.
Well, I saw what was it on Amazon. There was one. No, eBay. There was one on sale for like $224.
Want a Switch?
Yeah.
Seeing as that my car still needs to be repaired.
Yeah, you should probably focus on that.
No, I want a Switch now.
I mean,
I've been wanting a Switch since like last year, and I've been waiting on it just because I've been waiting for the catalog to go up, and it's been going up, and I want to get one so bad right now.
Jono, you don't even fucking understand.
I don't.
I'm about to hit you with some fucking knowledge right now. Are you ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Though this is probably gonna dwarf every other bit of news that came out in the Nintendo Direct. Fucking Smash 5 has been confirmed.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god, that's gonna be an easy 1,000 hours of my life.
Insert orgasm.
Come on, Jesus Christ! I have to get a Switch when that comes out.
I have to get a Switch now because I'm like, I just want to get ready because I've only the only time I ever played a Switch is those tech demos on like Targets or whatnot.
It's just oh my god, they got the Inklings in it. I love the Inklings so much.
Is your favorite one in there?
No, it's
really?
it's just a standard girl and boy.
Oh, okay.
But like, I'm so fucking ready.
Yeah, I think the last time I was ever excited for any Smash game was probably Brawl. That was the last time I was I was really like pumped up for anything.
It's
Smash related.
It's a whole new generation, Joe. It's starting soon.
Oh,
they didn't say a goddamn word about when. No, it's coming out this year. They said 2018, and Nintendo usually doesn't push stuff back.
No, they're really good with their word.
Yeah, so I'm super fucking excited. They didn't say anything about Metroid, unfortunately.
But the latest one, right? Metroid 4?
Yes, Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, Prime 4. I'm interested in how that one's gonna go, just because the first 3 were like they were pretty,
yeah,
like standard, like pretty good stories. I just want to see where this one leads into at this point.
I mean, all of them were pretty. I only played one of them, but from what my friend told me, they followed the same story. I mean, obviously of Samus, but like from Mother Brain to
Planet Hop. Well, yeah, she Planet Hop potentially. Because it was this 2 was about that one weird darkness light planet thing.
Yeah. And
then the latest one was the one with her being infected with some blue crap.
I think Metroid Prime Echo or something like that or whatever.
And that's when you finally like do your final face off with Dark Samus. Yeah. Because that's when she starts when she finally materializes into her final thing.
That's actually the one I played.
Okay.
It was 3. And thinking back, that, like, not just the story, but that gameplay was so fucking unique, and it was hella fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They tried to mimic it with Other M, but it just, like, it was alright.
Wasn't the same, though?
It just wasn't the same. God. Prime was good. So they had some other reveals for other games. They have this new one of a character that I don't remember. His name's like Dan or something. So it's like this weird armadillo who has like, when he balls up, he has jetpacks on the side of him. He just fucking fires off like he. It kind of looked like a. It looks cool. It's kind of like a not speed fighter, but like kind of a road warrior kind of deal.
Right. Except
you're an armadillo. It looks pretty cool. They had Splatoon's getting some DLC, which makes me really happy. They're finally allowing you to play as the Octolings, and they're going to tell you why they exist, I guess.
Fill me in, because I'm not too familiar.
Alright, so the whole idea of Splatoon is, like, it's hella post-apocalyptic.
Right.
And I guess squids and octopi have evolved to look like humans, except they can jump back and forth between their forms, and they can magically dive into their ink for some reason. And I guess they're mostly liquid based because they can like go into like these steam pots to teleport, but that's whatever. So they became advanced. All these different like sea creatures, got bigger and are like running the world. And like the only things from our time that exist are these two cats that dictate like their games. So all these all the squid kids is the inklings or what they're called. They like to play this essentially kind of paintball game with their ink, and they don't kill each other, but they splat each other. I guess their soul goes back to this thing where they can respawn. It's fucking weird. It was never explained why they can do that, but they can. But and generally in the world, what you're introduced to in the first game is like you're the Inklings. You like to play this game. There's this giant electrical fish powering the whole city. These Octolings stole it. Go get it. You're the secret. You've been hired as a secret agent, and so help us out and go defeat the evil octopus dude, because you're squids and they're octopi. So there's that rivalry. So you defeat the guy, and you're like, great, got the electrical thing back. You find out that the two pop stars that essentially run everything, kind of,
right,
are also secret agents. They were helping you, blah, 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 blah. And the second game introduces Marina, who's an Octoling. So you're kind of like, wait a second, I thought they were evil. But, she's just a regular pop star. Best pop star. Best octopus. But this DLC essentially gives you a look into what the Octolings actually are, because now we're thinking that there's some sort of weird experiment.
Oh, okay.
Because you saw a lot of like test tubes and people in test tubes and shit. So we're gonna learn what the Octolings are and why they are and why they're a thing. And it allows you to play the Octolings. Also, their trailer was a little sexually suggestive.
A little
bit. Now I say that because they always say, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid. They're hammering in these are children, but like so when you're playing the DLC, it's a whole separate story mode from the main story, whatever that is, because I haven't played it. Of the second game, you play as an Octoling. There's a little Octoling kid, but like the outfit you're wearing shows too much fucking hip, and your hips are swaying too damn much, and it's like there's the regular hip sway, and then there's like, notice this. This is what you're looking at, like sway, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Nintendo, what are you doing? Stop making me feel this way. And it's like
they know how to treat their octopi.
They know how to treat their fans. That's what it is. That's why Marina looks the way she does. But
that's your favorite one, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Marina is my favorite crustacean. Not crustacean. Cephalopod.
There we go. Crustacean would be crabs and shellfish. Anything else Nintendo Direct?
There was a lot of other stuff that I'm not fully remembering now.
There's a bunch of stuff going around. It was like Nintendo Gold or something like that.
I don't remember them talking about it. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff. To be honest, once I heard Smash 5, everything else just kind of got thrown to the back burner.
Everything was irrelevant at that point.
It's the weirdest thing, but like,
Roger, that's our goal right now. We both gotta get Switches by the time Smash hits out, and then just Smash for like 48 hours straight.
I really want to get into the Smash like tournament community because I think I'm pretty decent at Smash, but
oh man,
it's
a rough world.
It's a real rough world. There's so much like shit talking and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm more so concerned about the actual player skill.
Well, I mean, feel comfortable in the fact that if Nintendo does the dumb thing and doesn't let you use a GameCube controller, everyone's gonna have to use the
the Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Cons. They'll probably mostly use the little controller port for it.
Yeah. But I'm sure
everyone's basically gonna have to learn a whole new, somewhat new control scheme. So while they'll be at so if we had like novice, intermediate, advanced, and master, everyone will be at like
at least intermediate.
I
mean, I
for like 3 days because they won't stop playing it, and then they'll be at advanced and or master.
I was pretty well adept to the whole like Wiimote and nunchuck like control layout back. I was really good too.
No, you weren't. No one's good at it.
What with the
Wiimote nunchuck?
With the Wiimote nunchuck control?
Not even the fucking pros use that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking scrub.
Hey, I was really good with that combination. Surprisingly, because that's all I had. I was about to play it, horizontally. So I was like, you know what? I need a joystick and buttons.
Oh god, I've tried playing Smash with a horizontal Wiimote. It feels like literal cancer in my hand.
Yeah, because because there's nothing there. I kind of just sit down and go. With my arms on my side, going pow 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 pow. Because I don't need to be together.
Right.
They're just separate and stuff like that. And both Draw and I we're both pretty good in our own small circle.
To left stuff, man.
Yeah, but we're really
show you this dick.
No, but I'm sure they're not going to force everyone to learn how to use Joy-Cons. If so, then everyone's going to learn how to use.
Everyone's going to learn how to use Joy-Cons. There's not even going to be a question about that.
I imagine imagine a pro using like one Joy-Con.
I mean, I lied a little bit. Some people do use it, but like the big pros normally all use GameCube controllers
because that's the universal Smash controller.
It's essentially the only purpose for that controller now is for Smash.
Yeah, competitive Smash.
And I mean, I'm fine with it, but it would be nice. Like I fully respect Nintendo for wanting to break out and be like, here's a new way to play games.
I mean, they've been doing that for every console, essentially.
Well, yeah, and I'm happy about that because in this day and age, people, Sony and Microsoft are going for graphics, where Nintendo's like innovation,
and experience,
and exactly, and they want you to experience video games in a kind of different way. People bash on like, we don't need this kind of controller. Just give us a regular goddamn controller. I'm like, go play the other two then.
Exactly.
Like, I get what you're saying, but Nintendo's trying to do its own thing here, and I appreciate that. But they're behind on certain things, like they don't know what the internet is, and it's almost adorable at this point, where they try to be like, we're gonna let you chat with your friends if you have this connector to that connector into your phone into
like, what wires?
More wires, and then you can't talk to each other normally. Also, we will never let you talk to strangers ever because we know what you people do. And we can't have that. It's a family friendly console until we introduce Doom and Bayonetta. Then we're just kind of like, we'll do what we can do.
That's third party at that point.
Yeah. It would be interesting if Nintendo made their own like rated R game. Like what
would that even look like?
That's the thing.
Would it be the most colorful thing ever?
I'd be down for like a Mario style, but bloody.
Like Doom styled?
Like kind of Doom style, but everything looks like Mario characters. I'd be down. That'd be interesting.
Like just very goofy looking and all
kind
that.
of goofy looking. I'd be down. But like, never in a million years is Nintendo gonna make an IP where it's gory. Never in a fucking million years.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or better yet, no. I'm gonna change that. They're gonna do one.
Just one?
Just one. They're gonna try it. If it does well, they might make another one.
Okay.
But at most two. At most two. It's like
a bucket list kind of thing.
Yeah, it's almost like being a fish in water and then wanting to step out on the land to see how it is, and then I'm realizing that it's dry, and then you're dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're gonna do it. We can do it. All right, fuck it. We're out.
Yeah. Can't breathe out there. Nope.
Nope. We experience it. There it is. There you go. No more.
I'd just be curious what it would look like, honestly, because
I'd bet it would be the strangest thing. Either it would be the strangest thing or the most subpar looking piece of shit ever.
Or the sexiest thing.
It's true.
Because, I mean, at this point, I think Nintendo can either go cute or sexy at this point.
They know what they're doing.
Because where have they ever... Because I don't think... I've never really seen them go violent, in a sense. Like, you know...
I think probably their most violent game is Metroid. Because, like, there's, like... I wouldn't say there's, like, alien guts, but they usually splatter.
Yeah.
Like, a pretty violent splatter.
By this point, I think it's either, like, they're like, oh, cute and poppy colors, or you're sexy at this point.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's kind of Japan.
Well, that'll take it to their advantage then. Use your heritage, Nintendo. Utilize it. Imagine what the emperors once thought about their sexually engraved wooden scrolls.
I'm kind of excited now. That's a really interesting concept of Nintendo making a violent game,
or a rated R,
or any kind of rated R game. Period. Or I guess not rated R, but rated
M.
M.
Yeah, it's like imagine seeing the Nintendo logo and the rated M system on that cover. Like, wow,
what is that?
It's happened. It's happening. Am I dead?
It might be. Fucking, that might just be straight up purgatory. That's the strangest thing. I can't fully wrap my head around it. Maybe because I'm staring at these shitty pictures of Piccolo. But like, it's just strange to me.
Good lord. Oh man.
But you know, yeah, a lot of Nintendo's chugging along, and they're trying to stay strong.
I mean, they've been strong.
No, they've been strong, but like now they're even stronger since the Switch came out.
True.
And they're trying to keep on that
Switch train.
That Switch train, and it's doing well. It's fucking selling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm definitely happy about that. And I honestly don't know why. It's probably because Nintendo was my first console.
I mean, it's my childhood too. It's most of our childhood.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of the fun game you can play when you were little with your parents and stuff like that.
Right.
It's memorable. It's ingrained in our.
It's also hard as shit.
True. Got the good old Japanese styled difficulty, where it's normal for a Japanese child. Well, for us, we suffered through that and got mental problems.
Yeah.
For competitiveness at that point.
That's exactly what fucking happened. And then some people dedicated themselves enough to beat the old Mario games. I'm like, boy.
And then there's the
speedrunners,
and
like I honestly don't want to play a game that much where I choose to speedrun it. Mainly because then it loses its magic to me.
It just becomes statistics at that point.
Yeah, like to each their own, but it's just it's just strange to me
and people already use speed running Odyssey. You know that?
Yeah. And like,
cause it's a lot of collectibles too, from what I saw.
Well, there's for that Galaxy, Sunshine and such. There's a minimum number of stars, and if you can glitch your way through, I don't know if you can glitch Odyssey since the other ones, especially Mario 64, since it was all one world, kind of.
Right.
You can glitch through stuff to get to places you're not supposed to.
Uh-huh.
But Odyssey is level by level, so I don't know. And I guess so was Galaxy, so I don't know if they'd be able to do that one. They'd probably be able to do Sunshine. Maybe.
Maybe.
If you can glitch your way up to the
tower
or past that
the castle,
past that that gate that's blocking you from the last fight.
Yeah.
So you might be able to do that, but I don't know. But that's probably why they started avoiding overworlds for Mario.
True. Just because like the system itself is sort of flawed. Not really flawed, but like it's.
Well, I mean, every video game has flaws like that. It's really hard to avoid because that amount of precision game testing would take way too long.
Yeah, true.
But yes, I can't wait to see what I just can't wait to see what Smash 5 is like because there's going to be a bunch of new characters. Because one of the things is people are speculating whether or not it's a sequel or a port.
Oh yeah, they haven't confirmed that, did they?
No, though there's a shit ton of speculation already because the logo that they put with the trailer is different from the Smash 4 logo.
Really?
So people are surmising that it's gonna be a sequel instead of a port.
So like a brand new game.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with either, because a lot of people really want I guess that community of Smash players, the Melee community,
right? They
want like an HD version of Melee. And I mean, I'd appreciate for Nintendo to do one like that, but that's all up to Sakurai, and he's already upset that they made Melee. They forced him to make Melee.
Well,
Sakurai being the creator of Smash,
right?
And he wanted to be done then, and they literally forced him to churn out 3 more. In fact, you can tell in the story, like, so Sakurai represents himself in Smash as Master Hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm aware of the story.
Yeah, and then with Brawl,
Is Brawl? Is it Brawl?
No, not Brawl. Yeah, Brawl. That blue dude. What was his name?
Blue dude.
Remember the last boss from the Subspace Emissary?
Oh yeah.
What was his name?
I don't. He was like that big computer thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that big like He was like a what is it, like a glitch or something, or
no, he was some sort of weird
angel
subspace creature or god or something. Taboo, that was his name, Taboo.
Okay, yeah.
He was shown to be like kind of controlling Master Hand, and that represented like Nintendo forcing Sakurai to make games or to make Brawl. And then in
did Crazy Hand fit in anything? I can't remember.
Which one?
Crazy Hand?
Yeah, because in the story, so when you first see Taboo, you kind of, once you get deep into the Subspace Emissary, you see Master Hand come out and everyone's ready to fight him, but he's weird, and you see like all these chains coming out of Master Hand leading back to Taboo. So people are saying like, oh, he's controlling Master Hand now, and that's Nintendo forcing Sakurai's hand. And then in Smash 4, which is the one for the Wii U and DS, it's Master Hand, but he's not really the final fight. Like, not even halfway into fighting Master Hand. Like, maybe once you get his health down, just 10% period.
Right.
His hand kind of starts ripping open, and it just becomes a super generic boss rush fight.
Right.
Which is, I guess, Sakurai saying, oh, well, I guess, we'll just make any kind of game now, whatever you want me to do, just here's something generic, whatever. And I wonder what they're going to do for this one. How involved he's going to be is going to depend. It's going to show what's going to happen at the end of the story or whatever.
Right. If it's a new game.
If it's a new game. I'm kind of hoping it is, but at the same time I'm not, because that means certain characters aren't going to come back. And there's a couple that I know are probably going to come back, but there are a couple that are in the danger zone. Like Bayonetta. Bayonetta is my second main, and she's Bay right now for Smash, and like I don't want her to go away. and then characters like Cloud and Ryu and Pac-Man. Who else came out? Corrin. No, she doesn't count. Just the three weird ones: Ryu, Cloud, and Bea.
And you replace one of them with Noctis.
Yeah. I remember hearing that Nintendo and Capcom aren't partnering really anymore.
No, they're just not. They're just doing their own thing now.
I think they're still partners, but I heard some news where they're not like together.
I see.
So they might not put Pac-Man and Mega Man back into the game.
Oh, I see.
Which makes me kind of sad because they were interesting characters. But I don't know. Smash 4 is going to be interesting regardless. As long as they got Toon Link, I'm fine. Who's my true main.
True.
And they keep Bowser Jr. He's the fucking shit, even though he's ass. I love him. But yeah, how long have we been going?
We've been going about almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
Think like hour and 40 some minutes.
I think we should wrap it up since I'm pretty sure people don't want to continue to hear me talk their ear off about Smash.
Probably not.
Because I'll keep going. I got a lot of shit to talk about because I love Smash so much.
Oh yeah.
Even though I haven't played it since I left. Oh, even before that, I haven't played it in about a year now. Still beat your ass, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm definitely out of touch. I haven't touched Smash for years.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely out of touch right now.
Yeah.
I need a refresh in a year to recuperate to my adept level.
Well, see, here's hoping it comes out in the summer so I can beat your ass in that.
You know what? You're on. Maybe we'll make it a viewing for our listeners.
That'd be cool.
Some a little video for them to see who's reigning champion, Smash champion.
Well, we have been talking about that, branching out into either putting visual videos.
Yes.
Playing games and stuff like that, either on this channel or making a separate channel attached to this one. So that we can do other stuff because this one
basically just for the podcast.
This is mainly for the podcast. So a little insider about our whole setup here is that we're using YouTube as our main RSS feed.
Well, it's our source.
It's where our source video comes from, and then we
use the RSS feed to just spread it wherever else.
So we're like, as we said before, we're on iTunes and the Stitcher app.
And anywhere else you can use our RSS feed link down below. Mm-hmm. So any podcasting app really, because we're essentially live up in the live. Our link is always live up anywhere. Right. So if you can look up our name or just use our link, we'll be there.
But yeah, it's definitely been an interesting, kind of eye-opening experience making this podcast because it's like so much stuff I didn't know. Mm-hmm.
Same here, since I'm mostly handling most of the technical aspects of it. I'm still learning all this too. But as always, thanks for listening. Because whoever's listening out there, we don't really know who.
Right. I mean, most of our videos get like 7 to 5 people, except for the Crunchyroll ones.
Yeah, but that's just YouTube and I don't know who's listening on iTunes, Stitcher, or anywhere else.
Yeah.
But whoever's listening, thank you for supporting us as always.
Yeah.
Listening to us. We always have shit to say, and I'm sure you guys always have shit back to say back at us, or at least to Jerron.
By all means, we can shit talk all day.
If you want to throw some comments or questions at us, you can always hit us up at our Twitter. Our Twitter handle is wannabeaboo, just like her name.
Yep.
And if you want to throw a fight or try to pick a fight with Jerron, that's where you'll find us, or him.
I guarantee neither of us will win.
No, yeah. It'll always end up in a stalemate. But as always, my name is Jamal Socorro.
My name is Jerron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabeaboo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifeu. This is episode 6. This is my sick voice.
And we'll see you... We'll talk to you next time. I always mess it up. Jesus.
That was okay. That's just me being all clouded up from all of this sickness. But good night, guys.
Good night.